Welcome back, everybody, to the Metropolis Bulldogs Teambuilder Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. Today we have one of the biggest episodes of the entire series as we wrap up year number 4 with the American Athletic Conference Championship game against number 5 undefeated Memphis. And then the second half of the video, we have our bowl game, which is to be determined. If we win this game, we will have an opportunity to play in a New Year's 6 game, such as maybe the Orange Bowl, the Rose Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl, one of those. So if we want to get one of those big-time draws, we got to win this game here on the road against the Memphis team who has not lost yet all season. They have an outside shot, but a shot, of playing in the national championship game. So this is probably the biggest game in their program history, just like it's the biggest game in our program history. So both of these teams know what's on the line. The bowl projections are projecting us to win this game and play in the Discover Orange Bowl against North Carolina. That would certainly be a major success. This Memphis team is really, really good. They are undefeated for a reason. They've only played one ranked team. That's number 15, Temple, who they beat by 12. We did lose to Temple earlier in the season, but we've also had a much harder schedule with multiple other ranked teams in there, including Tulane, who was ranked at the time of our game, number 2, Florida, and number 22, Capital College. Memphis has a lot of star power, led by senior quarterback Seth Hennigan, who has more passing touchdowns than anybody in the history of Division I college football. He's also ranked in the top 5 all-time in passing yards. If you thought that was good, look in the backfield. His partner Brandon Thomas, second all-time in school's history in rushing yards with just over 4,000. These are two of the most accomplished players in the history of the Memphis program, and Seth Hennigan is honestly one of the most statistically dominant college quarterbacks ever. So this is a really big game for our defense to show what they're made of. The biggest game in the career of college football's all-time passing touchdowns leader is against us, and we've got to show up. Welcome to Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium here in Memphis, Tennessee. The 5th-ranked Memphis Tigers playing for a spot in the national title game. They saw against the number 12, 10-2 Metropolis Bulldogs in their first conference championship appearance ever. The Bulldogs choose tails. Tails never fails. So they will, of course, choose to start on defense, which means we will get a look at Seth Hennigan, the NCAA's all-time leader in passing touchdowns, lead the Memphis offense early. As on 3rd and 5, it's Brandon Thomas, who is shy of the first down marker. Wrapped up on the play by Terrell Cream, the junior safety. Good start for the Bulldog defense. They have it here on offense. 2nd and 4. It's Osiris Young, the junior wideout, the school's all-time leader in receiving by far, gaining 17 yards. Following play, Manuel Castillo scrambles to the right, gets it back to Young, who breaks the tackle. The Archbishop Carroll connection of Castillo to Young strikes again. Osiris Young gets 26 yards, and the Bulldogs are awfully close to the goal line, but they're having trouble punching it in as they're backed up to a 3rd and goal. Castillo rolls out to the left, gonna look to run with it, and he gets the rushing touchdown. The first point in the American Athletic Conference Championship game is a rushing score by junior quarterback Manuel Castillo, and the Bulldogs lead 7-0. Memphis looks to respond, and they're quick to do so. Hennigan completes a 25-yard pass into the hands of Rock Taylor, who is able to move the chains for a first down. 3rd and inches, Hennigan goes short for Skinner out of the backfield, who breaks the tackle from Reed, still on his feet, stumbling down in the red zone. A big gain of 24 for Daniel Skinner, and Memphis is getting awfully close to the end zone. They now have it on the goal line, looking to tie it up. 1st and goal. Hennigan to Thomas. It's Brandon Thomas with an easy 1-yard score, and the Memphis Tigers are on the board. The most dominant and prolific offense in college football ties it up at 7. Metropolis looks to respond. Castillo gets rocked on 3rd and 11. He's going to feel that one tomorrow. Big hit by the Memphis defense forcing the incompletion. They get the ball back. 3rd and 1. Here's Hennigan looking to throw, and he has an open man downfield. It's Jones. A nice gain for Jason Jones, who gets 17 yards. Memphis again moving the chains, and after a slow start within the first couple of minutes of the game, the Tigers have come alive. Screen for Thomas here on 3rd and 10. He loses 4. Michael Roberson, the junior linebacker, with a big tackle. That would force a punt. And so the Metropolis Bulldogs have it back, still tied at 7. Here's D.D. Santander down the field, wrapped up past the 50 at the 45. A huge run for Santander, who has had an extraordinary freshman season, and the Bulldogs are moving it well. Following play, Castillo scrambles to the left. He connects with Rashawn Obendote, who will score the touchdown. Two quick 35-yard plays for the Bulldogs. It's Santander, and then it's Obendote, and the Bulldogs are back ahead 14-7. Memphis has it back. Deep shot downfield, caught by Wright. Wright gets by Cream, and Memphis quickly will tie it up. The offensive firepower in this game is on full display. Seth Hennigan is dealing right now for the Memphis Tigers. His 159th career passing touchdown, and we are tied at 14. 3rd and 4. The pass for Young is broken up. Incomplete. Good stop by the Memphis defense. 4th and 4. The Bulldogs are going to go for it with just under 3 minutes in the half. Santander converts. He fumbles, and it's picked up quickly by Blake Wright, the starting right guard. He could have kept going had it not been already ruled down. 2nd and 1. Castillo connects with CL Frost inside the 10, wrapped up at the 6. The Bulldogs offense knew they were going to need to keep pace with Memphis's high-octane offense, and they are doing exactly that. The Bulldogs are now backed up past the 10. It's 3rd and goal. Castillo looks to throw it. He connects with Osiris Young for the touchdown, and the Metropolis Bulldogs regain the lead. Both offenses trading the lead back and forth today as it's 21-14, and that'll wrap up the first half. I was expecting a lot of offense, and we have gotten a lot of offense. Memphis has been as advertised. The Bulldogs knew they were going to need to keep up, and they are not just keeping pace, but they're doing even better. Plus, Metropolis starts with the ball here in the second half, is on 2nd and 3. Castillo is hit hard on the play by Cameron Jackson, his second sack of the game. That would force a punt. Memphis has the ball. Hennigan rocked on 1st down just outside the pocket by Michael Roberson, who's having a phenomenal day at that inside linebacker position. 3rd and inches. Hennigan connects with Rock Taylor, who breaks the tackle from Yakabuti and gains 19. Memphis would slowly but surely move it down the field as they now have it at the goal line. 3rd and 2. Hennigan keeps it himself, and he is in. A QB keeper, and the Tigers tie it up. Seth Hennigan with a rushing touchdown. He's got some wheels. He can move. 21-21. The Bulldogs have it back. 3rd and 2. Here's Donovan Barrington down the field. Pass for 40. A big run for Barrington, who continues to show his value to the offense as the change of pace back. 3 quarters in the books. We've got a thriller. 21-21. Get your popcorn ready now because we're going to have some fireworks. 3rd and 10. First play of the quarter. Castillo on the run with a dime for Osiris Young. It's a touchdown, and the Bulldogs are back ahead. Manuel Castillo has scored 4 all-purpose touchdowns today, and it's 28-21. The Tigers have it back. Seth Hennigan again rushes for the 1st down. His dual threat ability is what makes him so intriguing to NFL scouts alike. Following play, it's a play-action fake. Hennigan is quickly hit in the pocket, losing 7. Big sack for Kevin Bowman. A few plays later, 3rd and 4, it's Jones who is shy of the 1st down. So that'll make it a 4th and 2. Interesting decision here for Memphis. Do you kick? Do you go for it? Memphis is going to go for it. I think this is the right call. Hennigan looks to throw it. Has all the time in the world, and he fires into the hands of Jason Jones for an 11-yard touchdown. And this game is tied at 28. So now it's time for the offense to clutch up. It's the biggest drive of this entire series. Can Manuel Castillo and the boys clinch the conference championship? It's the senior fullback, Tico Chukwuemeka, with the biggest play of his career, out of bounds, but not before gaining 27. Following play, Metropolis is getting close to field goal range. I hope Marquez Glover is warming up on the sideline as Castillo connects with Kemi Emembenigba, who has it inside the 10. The Bulldogs would then chew clock in the goal line. Memphis is not calling their timeouts. And look at the clock. There's 10 seconds left. 3rd and 1. Handoff to Donovan Barrington. It's a touchdown. And the Bulldogs take the lead in the American Athletic Conference Championship with just 4 seconds left to go. A huge drive from the offense. They do a great job chewing clock. And Memphis's coach stands there on the sideline, brain dead, not calling a timeout. The game comes down to a Hail Mary. It's Hennigan who heaves it deep, and it's incomplete. and the Metropolis Bulldogs have won their biggest game in program history, defeating the undefeated Memphis Tigers in the American Athletic Conference Championship game 35-28. Wow, what a thrilling game here for the Bulldogs with a 4 all-purpose touchdown day for Manuel Castillo, who was phenomenal. In the biggest game of his career, he showed out. Santander was great. Barrington was great. Frost had a few big plays. Osiris Young, 4 for 93 and 2 scores. The defense wasn't great. We didn't expect them to be great today. Seth Hennigan is one of the best college quarterbacks ever. But I will say we did do a good job of stopping the run, but we could not stop Hennigan, who was as good as advertised, 24 of 27, nearly 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. We stopped Brandon Thomas, though, and I think our ability in the run game on both sides of the ball is why we won this game, because both quarterbacks were great, both passing attacks were great, but we ran it well. They did not, and I think that was the difference. So we have won the American Athletic Conference Championship, the first conference championship in school history, and we're going to get to play in a New Year's Six Bowl, folks. The question is, which one will we get to play in? We were projected to be in the Orange Bowl at the beginning of the episode. We'll see if that holds to form, depending on what happens with the other conference championship games. So we're going to simulate forward here, see which bowl game we're in, see who wins the Heisman, and it's running back Donovan Edwards barely beating out Memphis quarterback Seth Hennigan, who finishes in second. If Hennigan had beaten us, who knows? Maybe he would have won it over Edwards. So with that out of the way, let's figure out which bowl game the Bulldogs will be playing in. Our Metropolis Bulldogs have been invited to the All-State Sugar Bowl, where we will face off against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. After defeating Memphis in the American Athletic Conference Championship, Metropolis is catapulted all the way to the number 6 spot in college football, where they will take on number 4, Notre Dame, here in New Orleans, Louisiana, at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. What an opportunity for the 11-2 Metropolis Bulldogs, coming off their first conference championship in school history, getting an opportunity to play in a New Year's Six Bowl. Every college football fan is going to be watching this game, so it's really an opportunity for us to show the world who we really are, putting the Metropolis Bulldogs on the map once and for all. It's going to be a tough matchup, though, against 10-2 Notre Dame, who is well rested. They have not played in over a month, so they are relaxed, they're ready, they're feeling good. As we look at the top 25 polls, the national championship is going to be against Florida and Oklahoma. UNC goes undefeated, but they ended up getting screwed over because the other two teams, I guess, are just a little bit better. Arizona and Memphis were both undefeated going into conference championship week, and they both ended up losing. Arizona lost to Oregon. Memphis obviously lost to us. Notre Dame is led by senior quarterback Tyler Buckner, who is not quite as good as Seth Hennigan, but still pretty good. Over 10,000 yards in his collegiate career. Notre Dame is obviously known as a team who can run the ball very well. Logan Diggs is a talented senior back, and of course, they always have talent along the offensive line. This year, no different, as they have 3 tackles over 90 overall. The interior of their offensive line is a little bit weaker, but still a very, very good unit. So let's hop into this game here, the All-State Sugar Bowl here in New Orleans, Louisiana at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, home of the New Orleans Saints, and the Sugar Bowl is the number 4, 10-2 Notre Dame Fighting Irish face off against the number 6, 11-2 Metropolis Bulldogs. Along with beating Memphis in the conference championship, a win here today would undoubtedly be one of, if not the biggest in program history for Metropolis. They've got a lot to play for here. It's also the final collegiate game for all of these seniors, and maybe the final game in the Metropolis career of Manuel Castillo. He is NFL draft eligible, and I think he's good enough to get drafted, so who knows. 3rd and inches, Donovan Barrington loses 2, wrapped up by Prince Coley. Not a great start for the offense as that would force a punt, and Notre Dame has the ball. Buckner connects with Stiles, who gets by Yakabuti and is wrapped up by Roberson. A nice gain of 22 yards for Lorenzo Stiles. That'll move the chains for a first down. Following play, Buckner is under some pressure, and he is sacked. The redshirt freshman defensive tackle Brian Slater is there to make the play, and that'll make it a second down here for the Fighting Irish, who are certainly the favorite in this game, but we were underdogs against Memphis, and we all saw what happened. Tyler Buckner runs for 14 yards. Notre Dame would slowly but surely move it down the field, as on second and goal, it's the big fullback, Thomas Pierce, who pounds it in the end zone for a touchdown, and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are on the board as it's 7-0. The Bulldogs had the ball back. Their first drive was pretty lackluster, looking for more here on the second drive, as it's the tight end, Tadion Smith-Gardner, for a gain of 16. Following set of downs, it's a 2nd and 7 here for the Bulldogs. Under a minute to go in the quarter. Castillo scrambles under a ton of pressure, and he is sacked for a loss of about 11. Huge play by the Notre Dame defense, and that'll make it a 3rd and 1 here for Metropolis, as their offense just looks to get anything going. No time to throw it. Castillo is sacked again, losing 10 more on the play, wrapped up by Justin Mitchell. And so that would wrap up the first quarter. It's been all Notre Dame so far. The Fighting Irish lead 7-0. I know it's early, but the Bulldogs look flat. They are getting dominated at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and that is what has led Notre Dame to such a strong start. 3rd and 1 here for the Fighting Irish. Play action fake. Buckner goes short for Crosby. Gets by Reed. Breaks a tackle from McGrew. Gain of 13 for Dominique Crosby, and the Fighting Irish have it on the goal line. 3rd and inches. Buckner looking to scramble with it, and he is going to use his leverage to go in for a touchdown. Tyler Buckner was on top of the defender and rolled in for a score, and it is now 14-0. It's been a rough start here for the Bulldogs as they look to respond, and they don't in a positive way. It's picked off by Hoffman, who is wrapped up by Didi Santander. Hoffman still on the ground, wincing in pain, but a huge interception for Notre Dame, who continues to dominate here in the first half. First play of the drive for the Irish, it's intercepted. Lewis Reed picks it off, and the Bulldogs get it right back. Both teams trade off interceptions with each other, and hopefully this can give the Bulldogs new life, because they need it. The offense has been really bad. The defense has been really bad before that play. So hopefully the Lewis Reed interception will change some things. Well, not really. Donovan Barrington loses around 4. Wrapped up by Justin Mitchell, and the Bulldogs would have to punt it. The offense has been dreadful today after looking unstoppable in the conference championship against Memphis. This pass is intercepted! Michael Roberson picks it off inside the 10. Notre Dame has ran screens on back-to-back plays, and the Bulldogs have read them perfectly both times, leading to directly interceptions. So now it's 3rd and goal. No field goals here. The Bulldogs need a touchdown. They need to get back in the game. And Castillo connects with the tight end, Tadion Smith-Gardner, for the score. And the Bulldogs bring it within 7. Metropolis needed a touchdown badly there, and they get one. So it's 14-7 late in the half. Can Notre Dame make it a 2-score game? There's Thomas wrapped up with just 2 seconds left in the half. Gain of 19 for Jaden Thomas. The field goal unit is out. The kick goes right down the middle. So Notre Dame gets a quick drive and brings it back to a 2-score game here at halftime. 17-7 your score. The Fighting Irish lead the Bulldogs. Notre Dame does start with the ball in the second half. A great opportunity for them to really try to make it a 3-score game and put Metropolis in trouble. We've got a 3rd and 6 here for the Fighting Irish. Buckner looks to throw. It goes short for Evans, and he is stopped short of the first down by Figgy Yakabuti. So the Bulldogs get the stop. They'll get it back on offense as it's a 3rd and 2 here for Metropolis. Handoff up the middle for Andrew Williams in his first game back from injury, and he only gets a yard. That'll make it a 4th and 1. Coach Sparks says, screw it. What is there to lose? Why not go for it? The offense stays on the field. It's Didi Santander who gets the first down, stumbling forward to about the 50 for a gain of 7. The offense is starting to look a little bit better, but they haven't had like a real full drive, hopefully until now. 1st and 10, Castillo looking to scramble with it. He connects with Kemi Amembanekpa, who goes down the field. Amembanekpa makes it all the way to the 1, where he is hit very hard. Unfortunately, Amembanekpa strained his pec on the play. That'll end his day and his redshirt freshman season. 2nd and goal. It's Tadion Smith-Gardner, the tight end, with his 2nd touchdown of the game. Look at the score. The Bulldogs have it within 3. Metropolis was getting dominated in the first half, and now they're back in the game, and they're going to keep the momentum rolling. Buckner is sacked for a loss of 2 by Chandler Bednarik. Notre Dame would get nothing on that drive, which would force a punt, And now the Bulldogs have it here. It's a 3rd and 3 from inside the red zone. They've moved it slowly but surely down the field. And Trey Nixon is wide open for the touchdown. What a comeback from the Metropolis Bulldogs, who have scored 21 of the last 24 points to take the lead. The Bulldogs looked like a dead man walking. They were down 14-0. They just turned it over. And man, things changed quickly here in college football. With 1 quarter left to go in the All-State Sugar Bowl, it's the Bulldogs who lead this one 21-14. We'll see if they can keep it going here in the 4th quarter, or if Notre Dame can pull off the comeback, as we've got an early 3rd down and 3 to start the quarter. Buckner looking to throw it. He is sacked on the play by Marcus Sorvanis, and the momentum keeps on rolling here for the Bulldogs. That would force a punt, and Metropolis has it back. 3rd and 1, play action fake. Castillo has no time to get rid of it, and he loses 10 on the sack by Xavier Watts. So both defenses are really playing well. The Bulldogs defense has been unbelievable since the 1st quarter. Logan Diggs looking to change that as he gets 16 yards up the middle. Diggs hasn't been bad today, but he hasn't really been great either. Certainly has not lived up to expectations. Notre Dame hoping he can get something going here in the quarter, as it's a toss for Diggs on the option. He breaks the tackle from Iacobutti. Breaks the tackle from Sorvanis. There goes Diggs down the field. One man to beat. He doesn't beat him, but he gains 50. A huge run for Logan Diggs, and Notre Dame is getting very close to the end zone. It's a 4th and goal, and they get the touchdown with the fullback Thomas Pierce. His 2nd touchdown of the game. Notre Dame leads it 24-21. The Metropolis offense returns with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left on the clock. Can Manuel Castillo lead the team down the field in what could be his final drive as a Bulldog? And that's a good start, getting it over to Osiris Young for a gain of 16 yards. That'll make it a 2nd and 6. Castillo looks to throw it, scrambling with it. Takes a shot. Downfield, it's caught by C.L. Frost at the 15-yard line. Huge play for Manuel Castillo, as it's now a 1st and goal. Metropolis looking to take the lead. Castillo gets it to Frost again. C.L. Frost puts Metropolis ahead with 1:27 left to go. The offense comes up clutch. Now it's time for the defense to do the same. Notre Dame scored on their last drive, but other than that, their offense has been pretty piss poor since the 2nd quarter. Can Buckner, Diggs, and the offense do the job? 3rd and 7, it's incomplete. The receiver hit on the play by Marcus Sorvanis. That'll make it a 4th and 7 for the ball game. Notre Dame has to get it. Buckner looking to throw it. He goes short for Diggs, who gets the 1st down. A nice gain for Logan Diggs. That'll keep the chains moving as the Fighting Irish call a timeout. Notre Dame has 47 seconds left and 1 timeout. Keep in mind, field goal does nothing. They need a touchdown as it Styles past the 30. Wrapped up by Figgy Iacobutti, but not before gaining 14 yards and again moving the chains. Following play, we're down to 37 seconds now. Buckner looking to run with it. He has open room. Tyler Buckner inside the red zone. He's hit hard, but not before gaining 16. Notre Dame is moving it very well now. The clock, however, continues to tick. Under 30 to go on 1st and 10. Buckner under pressure. He is sacked. Brian Slater brings down the quarterback for a 2nd time today, and it is now a 3rd and 11. The clock sits at 9 seconds. Buckner looks to throw it for the end zone. It's caught but out of bounds. Incomplete. So the game comes down to this. It's a 4th and 11 at the 12 with 6 seconds to go. The All-State Sugar Bowl on the line. Buckner looks to go short. He gets it to Diggs with 3 men in front of him, and he gets by all 3 for a touchdown at the buzzer. And Notre Dame takes the lead with exactly 0 seconds left on the clock. What a play for Logan Diggs, who had 3 guys between him and the end zone, and he beat all 3 of them. The Bulldogs just had to make a simple open field tackle, but as you can see, Cream misses the tackle, and then Diggs runs by the other 2. The only hope is to block the extra point, which they almost do, but they don't. 31-28 with no time left on the clock. Notre Dame wins an unbelievable All-State Sugar Bowl. Wow. What a game. Both games today were decided within the last 5 seconds. That's pretty wild, and you got to feel like the Bulldogs had this game won. I mean, we had 3 guys in front of Diggs there at the end, but we weren't able to finish off the job. Then, Castillo started slow, but he played very well as the game went along. The run game for us was not all that great, however. Certainly a lot worse than Memphis. We should have given Didi Santander the ball more than 6 times. Then the defense. They started poorly. Then they were really good. And then the last 2 drives, they kind of blew it at the end of the game, which obviously led to us losing. For the Irish, Tyler Buckner, inefficient, but he had a good last drive. They ran the ball very well. Buckner and Logan Diggs were both really good. Obviously, Diggs had the game-winning touchdown. So overall, a tough loss. A game that we had won. We should have won it, but we were unable to do the job, and Notre Dame takes home the All-State Sugar Bowl. But still an unbelievably successful season here for our Metropolis Bulldogs, who finished the year with a record of 11-3. We're going to quickly recap the season now, just so we can save the offseason for the offseason episode. So we're going to go through stats and All-Americans, awards, and whatnot. We've got some new records as Manuel Castillo breaks records from the school that was previously here. So technically, he already has the touchdown records here as is. We finished the year number 8 in the AP poll. We only dropped down 2 spots as we look at the bowl results. Ultimately, Florida ended up beating Ohio State in the national title game as we look through the other stuff. The American Athletic Conference overall did pretty well. Memphis won, Temple won, Capital College lost, though, and obviously we narrowly lost to Notre Dame. In the big bowls, Oregon beat Michigan in the Rose Bowl, Georgia beat Baylor in the Fiesta Bowl, UNC beat Arizona in the Orange Bowl, and then Florida defeated Ohio State in the national title game 31-21, led by a 4-touchdown performance from Carlos Del Rio Wilson. We played Florida earlier in the season, and we played well in that game, but they still blew us out. So I'm really not surprised to see Florida go all the way. They have been the best team in college football this season and absolutely deserve this. C.J. Stroud's illustrious collegiate career comes to an end with a national championship loss. He played in the Natty 3 times, going 1-2. As for the season stats, Manuel Castillo had an unbelievable season at quarterback. As I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he declares for a draft. I think he's good enough, but if not, he'll return for his senior season, where hopefully he'll be maybe a 99 overall. If not, we have Ellis Hill as a redshirt freshman. We also have the true freshman, Rod Roberson, so we could figure it out from there. Didi Santander had a great season. He is very close to being the school's all-time leading rusher after just 1 year. Donovan Barrington was very good too. In the receiving game, everybody got to eat. Young, and then Benegba, Smith Gardner, and Frost were all very solid. Smith Gardner will not be back. He'll be replaced by Giorgi Bucciarielli, who did pretty good in limited snaps. The offensive line was good. The defense was pretty good. I think the pass rush was quite solid, especially considering we were without our best pass rusher, Delvin Hines II, for most of the season. So the other guys were able to step up. Brian McGrew led the way with 4 interceptions, 2 fumbles forced and recovered by Figgy Yakabuti, who also picked off a pair of passes. Marquez Glover was pretty solid. Victor Johans did his thing. And then Donovan Barrington had multiple return touchdowns. One as a kick returner and one as a punt returner. Here, all the All-American teams. Seth Hennigan, All-NCAA first team. He is joined by linebacker Michael Roberson. Very cool to see. And then on the second team, we would have the freshman Lionel Brothers, joined by Figgy Yakabuti. Didi Santander, Kimi Mbembenigba, and Lionel Brothers ended up making the All-NCAA freshman team. And then as we look at the all-conference teams, I'm expecting to be heavily represented. We had nobody on offense make the first team, mainly a lot of Memphis and Capital College guys. But we had Bowman, Slater, our entire linebacking core, and almost our entire secondary. On the second team, Manuel Castillo, Didi Santander, Smith Gardner, McCullough, Brian McGrew. I'm surprised he didn't make the first team. Marquez Glover, and Donovan Barrington. I noticed in the conference championship thing, we have an A grade. I'm surprised they gave us that much respect, to be honest. But hey, I'm not complaining. As for the award winners, we were heavily disrespected, not having anybody finish in the top 12, which is crazy to me. I feel like Manuel Castillo was definitely one of the 12 best quarterbacks in college football. You could have made a case for a number of other guys. The fact that Donovan Barrington was not a top 12 returner blows my mind. He was a very consistently good kick returner throughout the year. He had a kick return touchdown. He had a punt return touchdown. And there were guys who made the top returner list who didn't score once and whose numbers were probably worse than Donovan Barrington. So I don't know how that happens, but okay. That's going to wrap up the episode here. I hope everybody enjoyed 2 of the most exciting games of the series. One went our way, one not so much. We forgot how open field tackling works in the Sugar Bowl. Next episode, we've got the offseason, which should be a lot of fun, and then we'll move into season number 5 as we quickly try to wrap this series up and get to my new NCAA series, which will start within the next month or so, which I'm excited about. If you want more details, I talked about it in the channel update the other day. So, yeah, hope everybody enjoyed. Peace out. Go Dogs.